Hey everyone, welcome back to your week ahead astrology breakdown with me, Matthew from Stillwater Alchemy. So this week we have that beautiful, auspicious Pisces new moon on the 2nd of March. It's already March. I say it every week, but these weeks are just clicking by. And with that new moon means that on Monday and Tuesday of this week, we are in the dark moon phase or the balsamic moon phase, which encourages slowing down, purging, releasing, letting go. Especially with everything that's going on right now in the world, what we've been enduring for the past 2 years. I really want you to tune in to see how you are feeling physically, mentally, spiritually. Do you find yourself just consistently scrolling and just numbing out? Or are you able to really tap into your intuition, into your higher self to see how you can be of service, how you can help yourself, how you can show up in the world and move through this energy that best serves you and the collective, right? Because if we're really viewing our world, that we're all one collective consciousness, that no matter what's happening now, past, present, or future, that we always want to show up at our best so that we can help to transmute this fear into light, that we can help other people. But if we ourselves are just consistently anxious, distressed, depressed, exhausted, we're not really going to be of service to anyone. And I have heard from many clients over the past week that they've really felt that social media, Instagram especially, has just felt like this really not really aligned energy, or that they instantly want to go off. So especially Monday, Tuesday of this week, it would be prudent to get back into your body. Make sure the fridge is stocked, stretch, meditate, ground in. This is a really beautiful time to kind of go back to those fundamentals to take advantage of the transits that are going to be happening this week. Okay. Beautiful. Let's take a look and see what we can expect for the week, shall we? And as per usual, we are currently based in Toronto, so we're starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we have the moon in Aquarius at the start of the week, conjunct Mercury and Saturn there. So part of me is thinking that this can really cause us to be in our heads with all this air energy, especially Mercury conjunct the moon. And then we also have Saturn there as well. So it can be us being hard on ourselves, maybe that we're not good enough, that we're not doing enough, that we should be doing more, especially if we're talking about Aquarius, that collective energy and seeking out ways to help others, helping the collective. So if you have the capacity to do so, of course, be of service, lend a helping hand in whatever way that means for you. This can also just be a good way too of tuning back into our thoughts, into our routines, into our structures, and see if our thoughts are aiding us throughout the day or if they're hindering us, and kind of taking stock of what our emotions and what are our thoughts, and seeing if we can differentiate between the two. Just because there, of course, we do have a lot of water energy in the mix as well, with it being Pisces season. So sometimes that shift in emotions can trigger a new thought, and then that thought creates a new paradigm, which is not actually even serving us. And just with all the energy going on collectively, all these different news sources going on, people posting things which may or not be true, it's a lot on the nervous system. So it's interesting how the astrology lines up with that. And then we also have Venus and Mars getting closer and closer to Pluto. And Pluto really is that death and rebirth, power, control, mining for the truth. And so Venus and Mars really have been kind of going back and forth now for a while. And Venus will finally be out of her post-retrograde shadows on the 1st of March. So you can even think back to where you were with regards to relationships and love and sex. Think back around December 25th, 26th, because that's when Venus was conjunct Pluto at around 25, 26 degrees Capricorn. So think back to where you were then, as maybe certain themes have now culminated, or you've learned certain lessons with regards to Venus that you can implement moving forward. Okay. When we move on to Tuesday, we have the moon in those final degrees of Aquarius. And now again, Venus and Mars getting closer and closer to Pluto here. So this again for me is release, purge, let go. If there's anything that you've been meaning to cross off that to-do list, do so now, especially if you have placements in late cardinal signs. So Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, or Aries. This week, you'll feel it especially. And so that may cause more energy, or you feeling like you want to act or to create, or it could just go the other way, especially with all this Aquarius energy, where you might just get caught up in your head in that monkey mind. So kind of going back to the start of this video of really taking the time each and every day to get grounded, whatever that means for you, whether it's journaling or meditation or exercise. Please, 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 those practices are going to be really, really important this week. And midway through the day, the moon will move into Pisces. If you're west of the Atlantic, if you're east of the Atlantic, then you'll have that moon in Aquarius throughout the entire day. So take advantage of that critical thought. This can also be a great time too on Tuesday, where new ideas may form, or even kind of piggybacking on yesterday, where you're identifying your thoughts and thinking, these aren't actually serving me, or these are trauma or fear-based. These actually aren't my thoughts. I'm going to release them and let them go. And even with all this water energy, you might feel like that is easier to do, let's say, near bodies of water, or when you're taking a bath or a shower or in a sauna or in a float tank, whatever that water energy that you can bring in just to release your mind, to calm your body. I think that would be very beneficial as we get ready for the new moon on March 2nd. So the exact time this new moon is going to be taking place is 12:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The reason why I'm really excited about this new moon is because we have the sun, moon, and Jupiter all within that 3-degree range, right? Because the moon will be at 11 degrees. And so having the moon conjunct Jupiter creates a very fertile energy if you're trying to get pregnant, or if you're trying to produce or to create something. This is very, very, very fertile, creative, loving, dreamy energy. So taking Monday and Tuesday to release, to get out of your head and bring it into your heart, can allow for these really beautiful downloads, intuitive hits to come through with this new moon energy. It's also interesting here because we have Mercury conjunct Saturn. Part of me thinks that if you've been waiting for news, or if you've been working really hard, that something could come through very succinctly there, or that we're implementing new thoughts, new ideas, new habits to then move forward after this new moon, because Saturn is really all about that discipline, right? And work ethic. And with Mercury, how we speak, how we think. So moving forward, we let go of what's not serving us. And we're now implementing new ideas, new beliefs that we are going to take with us moving forward. And we also have Mars conjunct Pluto here as well, which is interesting because Mars, of course, represents action, anger, aggression, sex, conflict, disease, even war, battle. So Wednesday is just a very energetically charged day for a lot of things to happen on both a macro and a micro scale. So this is just something to watch, where new ideas and new information, new action, new beliefs and manifestations are all likely to occur. Okay, so definitely take some time on Wednesday. Even Thursday, Friday, we'll see later throughout the week that this energy is just building and growing. So take stock of what's coming through on Wednesday. Even just taking time throughout the day, if you can just pause and do some breathing, even for 5-minute pockets, to see where this energy is resonating in your body, as another kind of clue on where these manifestations might come from, or where you need to shift the energy. If you're feeling really a lot of tightness in your stomach or your hip or your neck, those can be additional clues of where you're holding stress or where things need to be further released in order for this energy to flow through you. Okay. When we move to Thursday, This is also nice too. What I was kind of thinking of with this energy was, when you have a newborn baby or a kitten or a puppy, or you just have like new skin growing after a surgery or after a scar has been removed, it's very fresh, it's very vulnerable. So I feel like with that moon conjunct Neptune, right after the new moon, right after everything is going on, whatever dream, whatever belief, whatever idea you're holding, it's like you're holding a newborn and you want to protect it. You want to make sure that you're nurturing it, that you're growing it. And this is also too with the moon conjunct Neptune on Thursday, is you want to be very cognizant of what stimuli and what energy you're absorbing, whether that be from your phone, from social media, from podcasts, what you're watching on Netflix, who you're interacting with. Is this energy in alignment with these ideas and beliefs that you're now carrying forward? And if not, that's where you can kind of discern on if you want to give those energy sources more of your attention, or to pull back because it's not aligned. This is also kind of a fun day too, if you wanted to, let's say, do a vision board, or to watch a movie or a TV show that inspires you, that's reflecting a life or a lifestyle that you're wanting. I really would recommend in some kind of sensory way to reflect back what you're feeling. Even, of course, visualization would be a really good one, or a guided meditation where you are embracing this energy. And if you would like a resource, we have our Pisces New Moon workshop available, where I do a guided meditation that's really going to be incorporating a lot of these themes, plus giving more information on the lunation itself. So I'll put that link below in the description of this video. And as always, 50% of the net profits from our new moon workshops get donated. And this month, we're going to be donating that to aid in relief to the Ukraine. So any questions on that, let me know in the comments as well, okay? When we get to Friday, with this moon now in Aries, remember that we don't have any planets in fire signs unless the moon is in a fire sign currently. So for me, this could be, you have this beautiful dream or this new idea, and with the moon conjunct Chiron, it might be like, can I do this? And having that fear or that doubt of, well, maybe it's too big of a dream, or this is really hard, or it might mean I have to sacrifice or let go of something. This Aries energy is just saying, just do it. If you can get past that fear, or not get caught up in how it's going to happen, but focusing on the why, the emotions, the purpose, trusting in the universe, in that intuitive hit, then we can really move through this energy. That is really what I want you to focus on. If there is any fear around what you're creating, what intuitive downloads were coming through, and if you can just move past it, I promise you that you're going to be in a really good position. And I'll tell you why. When we move on to Saturday, we have the Sun, Jupiter, Cazimi. Remember that a Cazimi is when a planet is within 1 degree of the sun, or 16 minutes. There's a couple different definitions. And that's when the energies and the qualities of that planet get to be exemplified or get to shine through, because it's so close to the sun. Jupiter in its home sign of Pisces, co-present Neptune. And so for me, this could be a manifestation coming in very quickly, or your beliefs getting crystal clear, or things you've always wanted, just feeling like you're getting closer to that manifestation. Even if it's not physically there, you can feel like your life is aligned, or all the hard work that you've been doing is now really coming in. This can also be other great news around relationships or ideas or beliefs itself. Something really magical is likely to occur on Saturday. And even just, again, taking notes, it would be a really great time just to journal, partaking in any new moon rituals. Again, you don't have to be doing lunation work on the actual new moon or full moon, but this Saturday, very strong. And we also have Venus and Mars right at that 29th degree in Capricorn. So kind of looking at your Capricorn house as well and seeing where that is in your life, the Pisces part of your chart as well, because I'm sure there's going to be some very direct, literal manifestations that will take place during that time. And with the Aries moon, it'll give you the energy and the drive to make that happen. Okay. Once we get to Sunday, so many things change because now we have both Mars and Venus in Aquarius, and now Venus overtakes Mars. So you can see on Saturday, she was still behind Mars, and now she's finally back up to full speed again. She's moving quite quickly as she normally does. So she'll be in Aquarius now for the next 3-ish weeks, which is nice. And so I really want you to pay attention to your Aquarius house now, because it just got 2 new house guests. And so that's obviously going to bring in more energy there. And of course, with this buildup of Aquarius energy, it's going to bring in a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, new communication. The one thing we want to watch out for when we have that influx of air energy is getting trapped in our head or not being able to express ourselves. Communication is going to be very big, of course, for relationships. So no matter where you are in what kind of relationship, whether that's intimate, family, or business, that is really going to be something where, of course, you're going to be now maybe challenged, or it'll become a lot easier for you to do so. I also really link in innovation with Aquarius as well, with that critical thinking. So it might just bring in new layers of creativity that haven't been as available to you thus far. And with the moon in Taurus on Sunday, this is a great time just to relax, chill, enjoy, especially with the intensity, with all the transits that we experience this week. It'll be nice for it to all to just land and to integrate. You might as well just be exhausted straight up. So getting proper sleep, some nice food, maybe some sexy time, especially because the moon is making those squares to both Mars and Venus. So tap into your intuition and you will be good to go. All right. Beautiful. As always, if you have any questions at all, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you've had any, I've heard this from a couple clients, they've had such wild, intense dreams, some of them being almost like premonitions as to what is to come. And so I really want you to pay attention to your dreams, especially around that Pisces new moon, as I've personally experienced this, where like ancestors from this lifetime have visited me in dreams, especially around new moons and full moons, which is really magical and amazing. And given that amplified energy brought with Pisces season and with Pisces transits, this can be a time as well where you can do so much healing and integration and potentially look into the future or channel that higher self in the dream realm, which is why it's even more important to drop into your body, drop into your heart throughout the day, but especially at night. So if you've been feeling like you're on your screens answering emails before bed, this would be a nice time to see if we can shift our patterns and what we're doing before bed, so that we can also really utilize that time while we're sleeping to our advantage. I talk more about that in the Pisces new moon workshop as well, in certain ways that you can work with your dreams, how you can play with that, communicate with yourself, and receive even more intuitive hits. So if you're curious about that, you can check us out there. Okay. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Have a phenomenal week. Have a magical Pisces new moon, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.